Hi, everyone. Welcome to our down payment resource, Growing Your First Time Home Buyer Business webinar. I'm Tracy Shell. I'm Vice President of Marketing Communications with Down Payment Resource. And I also have with me Fern White, who's a Housing Program Specialist with Down Payment Resource. She is going to be in the background reviewing your questions in the question pane. So please submit those as you have questions. All right, today we are going to review ways you can start more conversation with first-time homebuyers using down payment assistance, and also how to be a hero and show your buyers there is help available to overcome that down payment hurdle. We're also going to show you how real agents are using one of our tools. It's called Down Payment Connect to match clients to these down payment assistance opportunities and also generate leads for their business. So first, just a little about who we are. Down Payment Resource actually turned 10 this year. We were launched in 2008 to solve a problem that drove a lot of people in the real estate and mortgage lending industry crazy. There was no real easy way to search for down payment programs. So the idea was to create an easier way to connect eligible borrowers with hard to find resources like down payment assistance, grants, mortgage credit certificates, and other assistance. So we're kind of like Match.com for down payment assistance. And we integrate our data into MLS property listing data and offer agents tools for their business. So first, when we start talking about down payment assistance programs, let's just review at a very high level what types of programs we're talking about. So as you can see, the majority of the programs that we track are in that down payment and closing cost assistance category. So that's going to include grants, second mortgages, those could be forgivable mortgages, community seconds, neighborhood stabilizations programs, and also some types of combined programs. They also include mortgage credit certificates. So these are available in most states, not all, but most, and they can provide up to $2,000 in annual tax credits. They can also be combined with other programs. We also track certain types of first mortgage loans. So these are going to be ones that are great for first-time home buyers. They might offer below market interest rates, lower or no mortgage insurance, or even 100% financing. And these are typically first mortgages that are offered through those state and local housing finance agencies. And then we also track a wide range of additional programs. So these might include employer-assisted housing programs or individual development accounts that provide some matching savings. So really, these programs are as diverse as the communities that they serve. So there's quite a range of programs. And these programs are available everywhere in every market. What you're seeing on the screen here is from our latest report, our Homeownership Program Index report. So these are the 10 states with the greatest number of down payment assistance programs, but rest assured they are available in every state, city, county, and also more than 86% of those programs do have funds available for buyers today. So that's something else we track, is that funding status. So you can see there's a great number of programs and types of programs available. We also track and update these programs monthly. In fact, last year we made over 65,000 changes to program guidelines, qualifying criteria, website links, agency contacts, income limits, price limits, down payment assistance amounts when those change, and lots more. So it's truly an ever-changing database of these programs, just that wide range of down payment programs and homebuyer programs. But our handle on this data means that you can trust it's up to date and you can actually focus on your business instead of searching a million websites. That's our goal, again, to make that easier for you. All right, so when we look at this, we're here talking about first-time homebuyers. So when we look at that audience, one common myth is that, some will say, these programs are only for a small niche of buyers. Is this really a growing market segment? So let's actually take a look. So the group of buyers who may be interested or may qualify for down payment help is actually quite broad. So you've got first-time home buyers. That might include low to moderate income buyers, millennials. These folks are aging into homeownership. And actually, I just read a report a few weeks ago about new data that showed Gen Z, that next generation coming up, has even a stronger demand for homeownership. So that is ever changing. And then also you've got folks who are going through a life event, newlyweds, first-time parents. A lot of these programs offer are eligible for buyers even making up to 120% of that area median income. So remember, it's a pretty broad audience. You've also got boomerang buyers. So these folks, they may be rebuilding their credit. They may be rented for a few years. Maybe they owned in the past. But remember, these programs, the definition of a first-time home buyer is someone who hasn't owned a home in 3 years. So they might have owned a home before and have been working hard to rebuild that credit and want to buy again. And in that case, they may actually be a first-time home buyer again. And then also we're seeing strong demand from homeownership in emerging markets, in different minority markets, lots of population group growth and demand there. But we're all familiar with the mindset of first-time home buyers. They want to start renting, but they really don't know what they can afford. And they also, most importantly, they really don't know about down payment help. So we're going to look into that size of that market for this business. So actually today is really exciting. A new Urban Institute report was actually just released today, and we will make sure and get you guys this information in the follow-up. But this just came out. Down Payment Resource and Freddie Mac commissioned, this is the second study on barriers to accessing down payment credit and affordability. And we did that with the Urban Institute's Housing Finance Policy Center. They have great reports over there. So the report actually sizes that mortgage ready, the under 40 population. So looked at millennials, but also went a little bit higher. So we really looked at that under 40 population. And it shows how down payment assistance programs could offer much needed help in this current credit and inventory environment and help first-time home buyers. And we at Down Payment Resource provided some of the data critical for that analysis in the report. So I'm going to give you a few highlights of that. So first of all, what you're going to see in this is some buyer perceptions and some different studies there. So no surprise that down payment is a primary barrier. Also, many of these buyers still hold on to that 20% down payment rule. And, shockingly, only 23% were even familiar with low down payment programs. So there's a lot of work we have to do in terms of awareness. That's definitely where you can come in. So let's look at the homeownership potential. So these are just some high-level numbers. Again, we'll get you more background on that. But the data from this report shows that actually millions of under 40 buyers are actually mortgage ready. And this is the total when you look at, the report actually looked at 31 of the largest markets in the US, so it's not all. But I think you'll find when you look at it, you'll have a market near you that's represented. So, millions of these millennials are mortgage ready. And in addition, as you can see, most of them they actually earn enough to buy where they live. So there's, just a great opportunity there. But the biggest question is, do they know this? So let's get into the tools that are available to you to help you raise awareness and get more buyers off the sidelines. Okay, so first of all, you probably most of you found out about this webinar through your MLS. If your MLS is on here, they're one of Down Payment Resource partners, and through that, we identify eligible listings in your MLS and match them to available home buyer assistance programs. So typically, these tools are available in your MLS client portal, as well as for your own property search website and other prospecting and marketing goals. And that tool that we're really going to focus on today is Down Payment Connect. So if your MLS is listed here, that means that you have free access to Down Payment Connect. And this is that lead generation landing page. That's what we're going to focus on. We're going to show you some cool examples of what agents are doing across the country. Okay, so I'm going to take you through this real quickly. If you don't know where to find us in your MLS, let me just go through this real quickly for folks' education. So here's how to find Down Payment Resource in your MLS. When you click on that, and this is a matrix example, but when you click on that, it's going to take you to this page. So this page is your down payment resource homepage. So when you come here and you're going to see lots of different resources, but I want you to pay attention to this link that is circled right here. That is your lead generation down payment connect page. You don't have to do anything to activate it. It is literally waiting there for you. So instead of SaaS staff agent, it is going to have your name. And when you click on it, I'm going to take you through what one of those looks like. When you click on that, your buyers will be able to search for programs in your market. Also on this page, you're going to find a link to marketing resources. So this is going to give you access to information, different graphics, social media images, customizable flyers, training videos, case studies, and a whole lot more. Here's what that tool looks like. And we will take a peek live at one of these pages. This is also a new page that we just launched because we know you guys are all superheroes. So if you just go to downpaymentresource.com/superhero, this is a new landing page we created that is going to, and I'm going to take a look inside of it right now, this is going to provide you access with all that information. All right, so okay, let me make sure you guys can see this. I'm going to scroll up. So this is that page that I was on, that superhero site. So this is going to provide you direct links to user guides. It's going to take you to that marketing resources page that I mentioned. You're going to access different webinars. We'd love for you guys to join us over at our Down Payment Insiders private Facebook group. That's a great place where we're just sharing ideas on how to serve first-time homebuyers. Our blog, and also different reports. And then I'm going to show you what one of these landing pages, this is an actual Down Payment Connect page of an agent in Orlando. I actually just did a case study on her. You can find out more about her story over in our blog. But this is Amber's page, and this is something that she sends out to her prospects. So again, this is her link. You can see her names up there. That will be your name too. So her buyers can, when they access this page, they're going to search and see what down payment programs they're eligible for. So I'm going to take you through this form real quickly just so you can see that home buyer experience. So let's say we're looking in Orlando. And then I want you to pay attention to the match programs. You're going to see that number change over there on the right. The more information I enter, the more accurate it's going to be. So let's say I'm looking at around $200,000. Let's say I'm married with one child and we haven't owned a home before. We're going to enter our household income. And you can see if someone in your house is a veteran, that's going to expand some opportunities there. And then you can also, let's see, this is usually unchecked like this. So if you check for more opportunities, let's say the wife is in law enforcement. So that might open up a new opportunity. Opened up one. Let's say someone's a teacher. Someone serves in the military. So you can see they're going to adjust on there. So when you're ready and this buyer wants to see, what they might qualify for, they're going to hit get details. It's going to show them, hey, I might be eligible for 14 programs and up to $10,000 in down payment help. And this is that lead form. So when the consumer fills out this form, you get an email that becomes your lead email. It goes to you and only you. The home buyer also gets an email that you've sent them this information. Now, the information they get is just pretty limited. It's like the program names and what type of program it is. You're going to actually get all the different information, all the links, participating lenders, the housing agency, forms, all that kind of stuff. So that's essentially how this form works for the consumer. So I want you, and for you, of course. So next we are going to take a look. We're going to hop back into my PowerPoint here. And we're going to take a look at some examples of how different agents are using their Down Payment Connect page. So I really hope this gives you some ideas on different things that you can implement in your business. So Kiana Watson, she's an Atlanta-based realtor, and you can see she has a really clean website. She has added this. This is, I think, towards the bottom of her page with some other, buying guide information. But this is one of our graphics that we provide on those marketing resources page. So she added that graphic. When the buyer clicks, it takes them right to her down payment connect form. So super easy thing that she just added on her existing website. Susan Creedon, she's also in Atlanta. She did more of an iframe. So this is embedded in her website, and it keeps the buyers on her site. So they're not linking away from it. They have easy navigation to all the other useful information she has on there. So they're staying right within that iframe, scrolling down and submitting their information. So she tells us it's been a great way for her to help firefighters, EMTs, and other first responders in her North Atlanta market. All right, and then similarly, Elite Dream Homes Realty, she has just a different size. So you can see she's iframed this in her site, but it's slightly different, slightly more narrow. All of our tools are mobile responsive, so they're really going to adapt well to the phone or tablet experience. But she says this works great for her in social and mobile marketing, even email and text campaigns. So the buyer can really do the search right in the form, learn which down payment programs are available to them in the area that they want to buy, and connect directly with her. And as we're going through this, if you do have questions, feel free to submit those in the question pane. Fern is helping us out answering some questions there. All right, so this realtor also embedded the down payment connect form into her page, but I think this is interesting because you can see she's created a top level navigation up here called down payment assistance. So they can really navigate easily if that's something someone's interested in. Instead of just having it in the buyer section, she's really called that out and highlighted it. And this is iframe. Now, one other thing she could do here is even have some additional introductory content above the form itself that welcomes them, that lets them have that experience and reminds them that they're on that site. Okay, I like Brian's site. It's nice and clean. This realtor added his down payment connect link similar to the Kiana Watson one, the first site that we looked at. So he's using those graphics. He's also has a text click here. So he's kind of testing out, the graphics or the hyperlinking the text, and takes them right to his form. And he's got this really, I guess from a web perspective, you would say above the fold. So this is close to the top of his website. So it really shows that he has that focus on first-time home buyers. All right, so let's also talk about blogs. So this is an example of a blog post that this Hawaii brokerage, they actually wrote this blog post, as you can see in the date, 3 years ago. They actually still get traffic and leads from this blog post. It's really short and simple. It includes a link to their Down Payment Connect page. They can repost it over time. They've shared it on social media different ways. So it's pretty evergreen. And when you're looking at blogs, like there's a lot of opportunity here. So you can see they use text links in here, but you could also do a horizontal graphic in there where you're kind of breaking up the text, you're moving them along the post, but giving them some opportunities to go to your call to action, to go to that Down Payment Connect site as they're reading that. One other thing about blogs, include keywords about down payment help and home ownership programs, and use your city name. You can see they use their city name in this post. Buyers are searching and doing a lot of research early before they're engaging an agent. So when they're searching online, the more content you have that speaks to this, that highlights your city, when they start, Googling homeownership programs in Oahu, are you going to show up? Okay, this is one of our favorite examples. This is Richmond Regional Realty. They actually created their own long form educational page. So it's a little bit of a hybrid of blog post and its own landing page. So they actually have a lot of content, and I am going to take a minute to take you right to their site because I think it would help to see it live to see how they do that. So here I am on Richmond Region Realty's site, and they've got this great educational video at top, and it's their own branded educational video. They've got explanations of down payment assistance. You can see they're using, this is that horizontal graphic idea to break up some of that space in your blog post. You can see those are one of the graphics we have available. That's going to link right to his Down Payment Connect page so he can get those leads. So got great headers, got a lot of great educational information in here. Who qualifies? What types of programs are we talking about? This is, really more like a short article, like I said, or a blog post, and has a lot of information that's, a lot of those top questions that buyers are going to want to know more information about. And as I said, we know that these buyers are doing more research online. And so if they can find this information on your site, it might be more likely that they want to work with you, that they see that you've got some information that speaks to solving their biggest hurdle to home ownership. So you can see that's his main page there. Ronnie Burnham is the agent that actually runs this site, and he was featured in the news related to his success with using Down Payment Connect. So in about a year and a half, the time period we were looking at with his success with Down Payment Connect, he had gathered about 175 leads from using his tool, mostly through using Facebook ads and linking there. And he was telling us that the average sales price that they were looking for is around $195,000. What he does when he gets those leads in is he adds them to a drip marketing campaign. So he can touch base with those buyers. Some may not be ready to buy right away or right now, but he keeps touching base with them so that they'll really be top of mind when it's time, when they are ready to buy. All right, here is another great one. So this is one of the best, like, all around examples, I think, in terms of website and social media. And this is from the Austin market. So he has got I think this is under his For Buyers page. So it's more like a buyer's guide. And what I'm actually going to do, bear with me, guys. I'm going to hop back out. I'm going to show you this one live as well. So he has got different steps, as you can see here, for that first-time home buyer. He's got some videos in there. He's got his own lead generation form, but he also links to his Down Payment Connect form too. So what we really love about this is he addresses the housing finance question and down payment assistance. He addresses that right up front. And we love this because we believe that every first conversation with a buyer should include or at least touch on down payment programs. Just like you would talk to a buyer about whether they're pre-approved or pre-qualified, ATX Realty, they really help connect those dots for the buyers. So they're putting that right up front. You're making sure you're not overlooking an opportunity from that buyer. So I think that's a great flow of information for them. And then I'm going to show you one more example over in PowerPoint from, this is the same, this is Raul's site. This is his business Facebook page, still with ATX Realty. So this is the same agent, and he actually shared this example with us over on our Down Payment Insiders Facebook group where we share ideas. So again, we'd love to have you join us over there, but I thought this was great. So what he did is a social media campaign where he answered the top 10 homebuyer questions, and he did that by video, just really simple, clean videos. And he answered one question a week on a video format. I think, yeah, he did 10. So that just really took care of almost 1/4 of a marketing campaign for him. And down payment assistance was one of the topics. And the call to action was actually his Down Payment Connect landing page. So he links right over to that there. He answers a question. I think it's maybe less than a minute. Just in general about how to do it, tells them where to look on his website. And as you guys may know, with Facebook, they really do reward video. So video engage, when you start posting videos, that engagement goes up. You might notice even on your own feed, when someone posts a video, you might likely see that first. So it's a great way to test out engagement there and use video to help provide valuable information and also attract first-time home buyers or any type of new buyer. All right, and then the Barker Hedges group, they have been using Down Payment Resource and Down Payment Connect for several years. They're based out of Minnesota, and they actually launched an entire Facebook page dedicated to serving first-time home buyers. So they have multiple explainer videos within this page, explaining down payment assistance. Basically, there's two partners that own this brokerage, and so they take turns answering different questions and providing different insight. They film some of them inside some of their listings. So really good examples over on their site. They also cover a few local program examples, and everything is directed back to their Minnesota first-time homebuyer website where the buyers can search for programs. And if you can see, if your eyesight is good enough on here, you can see in this example that I have on the screen that they actually highlighted a real homebuyer success story on their site. So this is a great way to tie in, the valuable information and also real success stories. So when you're working with a buyer, if you have a buyer that works with down payment assistance, ask them if they're willing to share their story to help other buyers. If they're okay sharing the amount of down payment help they used, their experience working with you and the agency on the program. See if you can take a picture with them and do that. So it really, those real examples can help these new buyers see that it's possible for them too, and just help them connect with those audiences. Okay. So those are some of the, wanted to share some examples. So now I want to get into a few other tips, just general tips that I've noticed as I've talked to agents. In my role here at DPR, I speak with agents across the country regularly, and it's really exciting to learn how they're using our tools and working with first-time home buyers. So I just wanted to share some tips that I've learned along the way from real agents like yourself who are successfully working with first-time home buyers and with our tools. So I hope you find this helpful. So first, add that link to your email signature. You could do a graphic, you could do a hyperlink. It's just something simple, but it's, always front and center. You never know who wants to investigate this. So that's something a lot of agents do. They just hyperlink that from their email signature. We've got instructions on how to do that in our marketing resources. When you are running an open house, if you're meeting a prospective buyer and you have that list of prospects after the fact, when you follow up with them, raise that topic, send your link over. One of the case studies that we just posted, an agent does just that. She follows up with, after any open house, she sends them information about how she works with first-time home buyers, how we should definitely investigate, if you're eligible for any of these programs, and just puts it out there for them. So that's a great way to, again, start that conversation. Also, if one of your listings is eligible, you can market that listing with program information. So highlight the different programs that property is eligible for, or even maybe call out some examples of the types of assistance available. Is it an affordable first mortgage? Is it a grant? What is that maximum help they might be able to get on that home? You could even print out different information about those programs, have it available at the open house, or use one of our flyers. Just print that out and have it at the open house. So again, great opportunity. Facebook ads, as we talked about, they do allow you to do some good geographic targeting. So you're, reaching people that may be looking in that area. And they have really what Ronnie has told me and some other agents who've used Facebook ads, they've got great reports on the number of clicks, views, and other types of content. So it's a great way for you to test out your content, find out what's resonating the most with those buyers. You can also add Down Payment Connect link as your Instagram profile link. So in your Instagram post, so if you're posting that, you can direct buyers to click the link in your profile. You've probably seen that several times. Go to my profile, click my link. So you could add your own Down Payment Connect link there. I've also seen people have use like redirects. So if you own another domain and you want your Down Payment Connect page to redirect there, you can do that as well. Also, another tool that some folks on Instagram use that are managing business there is I think there's several different names, but one's called Linktree. So it basically can take viewers to multiple direct links. So they can click on that link in your profile link and multiple direct links. Maybe it's a link to your first time homebuyer page, your Down Payment Connect search page, new listings, anything that you would want to share. And if you have more than 10,000 followers with Instagram, you can also get access to that swipe up feature in Instagram stories. So that in that place, you could add your Down Payment Connect link there. So you could be talking about a program and say swipe up to find out if you're eligible and add the link there. So there's lots of great ways to use Instagram. We're definitely seeing more agents embracing that in their marketing plans as well. Educational content. This is a great plus. We've already talked about this a couple times, but we do know buyers are doing more research in advance, even though they're overwhelmingly end up using an agent. They are doing more research in advance. So is your content going to show up? So use those keywords like down payment help, use your city name. You could even use a program name if you're talking about a particular popular program in your area. So again, so if a buyer is searching down payment assistance in Austin, Texas, or if you're in that market, are you going to show up? You can also add a first-time homebuyer section on your site. So there are several agents who have a for buyers page. So you might have a for sellers and for buyers page, but you can even be more precise with that navigation and really tap into that audience. So maybe use new buyers or first-time homebuyers, or look at my first-time homebuyer guide or something like that. Explainer videos. We know videos, videos are super popular. Everyone is busy. Those videos make it so much easier to take in the information. And there are lots of easy ways to record and edit so easily today. So, just try it. Or you could even try a live video. I've seen agents doing that too. They've done their live video. They talk about it. They can add that link in the comments, and that's going to boost engagement as well. And then finally on this slide, these drip marketing campaigns, we touched on that, but don't forget to reach back out to this target audience through ongoing marketing campaigns. And the drip marketing just means you're sending them information periodically that you think that they might be interested in. So some of these buyers may not be ready. They might need to get connected to more first-time homebuyer education, or get on a different plan to rebuild credit. But if you have them in that pipeline and you're continually sending them useful information about different resources, you'll be top of mind when they are ready to buy. And then finally, I would just encourage you to leverage the experts that are available to you. So remember, you as the agent, you don't have to be the expert on down payment assistance. You don't have to be the expert on a down payment program. Now, I have met agents who are, but don't let that fear of feeling like you have to be an expert in the financing details hold you back from sharing this. We know agents are often the gatekeepers to the information that these home buyers take in. So just, again, start that conversation and then lean on your HFAs, the local housing finance agencies, and the lenders. They want to work with you and they want to partner with you. So here are just a few tips I put together for that. So you can find participating lenders when you're looking for programs. And again, you're going to have access to all the details of the programs. And there is a when you hit more information under a certain program, it'll say participating lenders, and you can link right over to that list. So look and see, who are those lenders that are participating. Do you know any of them? Do you need to have develop a new partnership with one of those participating lenders, or or someone you're currently partnering with? Are they offering that program? And then furthermore, what other programs do they offer? So just continue to further develop your existing lender partnerships, and then develop partnerships with more participating lenders. So we know, buyers are going to have different needs. So it's great to have various partnerships depending on that need for a buyer. Also, housing finance agencies, they want to work with you too. Some of them actually offer training for agents. So, connect with that state or local HFA or even nonprofit that might be administrator of a program. Or if you have an employer in your market that offers a down payment assistance program, make some connections with that employer. Find out what resources they offer for agents. Do they offer any classes? What kind of information can you take in to be even more prepared? On any of your highlight information on local programs, and you can do this on any of your website content, blog, or social media. Highlight information about those local programs. Use those keywords like we've talked about. And also, you might even consider taking a first-time homebuyer class yourself. This could help give you great content ideas for first-time homebuyers. Find out what they're learning. What kind of questions are they asking? What are they interested in? Or what are they already learning? And how can you use that to help the buyers that you're currently working with? Okay, so that is the majority of our content. I want to thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to take questions here in a minute, but I did want to put these two resources up here. You can contact us at any time at info@downpaymentresource.com. And also the reports that I mentioned, you can access all of those at downpaymentresource.com/reports. We also have that site, downpaymentresource.com/superhero, for other agent agent resources. So let me stop the recording.